cheaper. But last but certainly not least, we are talking about Amy Gibbons. Now, Amy came here all the way from Chicago. I like to say it like that. There we go. There's my cursor. Oh, I meant to turn that off so you didn't have to see that. Amy is going to be talking today about self-care on a budget because Elena touched on it, but sometimes it's expensive. It can get expensive, but there are ways to do it for a much less of cost, or so a cheaper way to do things. So I'm going to turn the time over. Is this the one that we're using? Okay. So is that one working now, though?
I'm a walker.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So Amy, come on up. Let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah, Amy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't ever really need a mic, but we're gonna go for it.
Well, you need it for the video so we can hear it on the video. So hold it close to your mouth. Eat the mic is what they say. Hold it to your mouth.
I'm going to eat the mic.
Yes, eat the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There's going to be lip gloss on the mic.
It's washable.
That's okay. We'll see it later. We've got on guard displays.
Do I need the clicker?
Yep, you do.
Okay. Thank you. Which way am I going?
That button.
All right, I follow directions well.
Sometimes.
Okay, who listened to everything today and said, I want all the
I
things?
flipped it out. It's flat. Yeah.
Who looked at their bank account this week and said, wow, there's so much money in there, I need to buy more things? No, not me. It's
I thought
Christmas.
it needed to be flat. I thought it was
We're going to talk a little bit about saving some money, and we're going to talk about, what did I do wrong?
You didn't. I did.
Okay, which way again?
Left.
This one? Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about self-care on a budget. There's a lot of things. You guys know, I mean, before you even came here, a lot of you already know there's lots of things for hormone balance, for sleep, for reducing toxic load, all those things, but all those things cost money. So we're going to talk about how we do that cheaper and what makes me an expert. These little rugrats. Twins happen, budgets explode. I have four children, 5 and under. 5 children? My husband doesn't count, right?
Sometimes.
Don't tell Ryan.
Don't
tell Ryan I said that. 5 children. The grown one is in his 40s. So Charlotte, Kelvin, and what I call the budget busters. I used to work a full-time job before I had them. So I used to have a lot more money for self-care. I would be known to get a massage once in a while. So I get it, you guys. Like, and you have kids especially, but all women. But if you have kids, you need self-care more than anybody else. Like, we take care of everybody else first. So the one thing I do want to say about self-care is that my favorite thing to teach my clients is put your oxygen mask on first. We all hear that on a plane and we all laugh, but really, you have to do that in your self-care. So I'm going to go a little quickly too because I know we're running up on time and I don't want to waste too much up here. But potency is a budget's best friend. I heard you talk about the same thing I was thinking with the roller recipes from April. You can totally go, I'll say balls to the wall, with your drops, and that's fine, and you might need that, but there's no wrong way to use your oils. As long as it's working for you, it's great. But what I try to teach my clients is potency is a budget's best friend. And these oils are, 1 drop of peppermint oil, if you don't know, equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. 1 drop of citrus oil equals 6 lemons. Do you really need 30 drops of that? I don't think so. So what I like to teach, I went forward. What I like to teach is rollers. We talked a little bit about it with a couple of the different subjects. But rollers are really, really, really great. Now, I'm crazy, and I have a Cricut, and I like to make fun labels. But really, you can buy these on Etsy. Lots of people make labels. Or you can just put your little stickers on them. But if you are wanting to save money, I really recommend that you make rollers ahead of time. When I teach a class or get a new client, the first thing I do is I give them a recipe sheet with things like an allergy blend or a pain blend or a headache blend, the germ blend this time of year. I mean, these are the things that are really going to get used a lot, and if you wait until you have a headache or you wait until you get sick, you're gonna bust out each bottle that you're blending together, because we all know synergy is so great. So if you're gonna make a headache blend and it's got lavender and frankincense and some peppermint in there, now all of a sudden you're using one, maybe a second drop snuck out, because it always sneaks out, and now you wasted a little more than you actually need. But if you make a roller and it's ready, one, you're gonna save some money, two, you're actually going to use it. Because I can't tell you how many times, because I'm a great teacher, but I'm a horrible client, I can't tell you how many times we've gotten sick and it's like 6, 7, 8 hours in before I'm like, okay, we're gonna make a roller. I don't feel good, but it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. And I drag my tushy out of bed and I'm looking, where did I put my oils? I don't have a station for this. I don't have them in my bathroom in my cute little thing. I know, right? No, I do now. But like, you know, that's the thing you have to kind of learn. And so if you make the roller ahead of time, you know it's germ season, you know they're coming. They're coming. And they're going to take you down. So like, be prepared and like have those things ready to go. Also, rollers as far as potency goes. My kind of rule of thumb for getting started is about 1/3 of the bottle of the actual essential oil, and the rest, the other 2/3, carrier oil. That's just a good thing to remember. People are like, oh my gosh, how many drops? I've got to write it down exactly. There is no wrong way. If you have enough oil in there to feel the effects, then it's great. I teach my clients a lot of times if you have knee pain, for example, and it's kind of working, but you're like, I wish it was working a little harder, put a little more oil in. That's a good trick too. There is always a rule in my house, never give drip bottles to kids or men. 10 drips later, not necessary. And then for diffusing, people don't think about this, but you can buy empty 5 milliliter bottles or probably 15 milliliter bottles. I think doTERRA even has them now, right? The empty 5s. It's great to make a diffuser blend. Like instead of putting 2 or 3 drops of, you know, your little concoction for sleep at night, put all of those together in a drip bottle and then drip a couple drops, like 2 or 3 drops, maybe 4 if you're feeling risky. And like,
the light bulbs going on.
right? And then it's not 2 drops of this, 2 drops of this, 2 drops of this, 2 drops of this. And now you're like a dripping fairy. Like, what's going on over there? Right? And then again, an extra one always sneaks out. And if it's citrus, like 10 extra ones drip out. Like, come on. So diffusing blends is always a great idea too. So that's my clicker here. I should probably be holding it, but I'm a hand talker, so I'm afraid to get clicky. Okay, so who knew that some of the rollers that doTERRA sells are not actually already diluted? Right? 2 for the price of 1? Like, balance the hormones times 2, glowy skin perfection times 2, head tension times 2. Like the very easiest thing you could do is bust those into at least 2 different bottles. I mean, if we're following my rule of 1/3 and 2/3, you could probably sneak 3. But you know, that's just my trick. And then I will say, like past tense, it's a love or hate relationship with clients. Sometimes people are like, holy, what is it, cilantro that people react to? Holy cilantro. And some people are like, this is amazing. But like if you put dilution with it, fractionated coconut oil, you're gonna take that potency and that like volatile reaction off the skin, which is where that scent comes from, and you're gonna take that down like 20 notches. So a lot of times if people don't like the smell, like dilute it for that reason too. If you guys don't know, Clary Calm is wonderful to use every single day, maybe twice a day. And the little trick with Clary Calm, does anybody know about adrenal fatigue? Yeah. So most people, especially women, have adrenal fatigue because it's caused by stress. And it basically just means your adrenals can't produce enough hormone. So Clary Calm is your best friend every single day because it will assist your adrenals in making those really important hormones. And I think we all just need a little help with that. And then Immortelle, if you don't know, is the magic skin blend. Immortelle is got like the big ones, Frank, Rose, Myrrh, yeah, all the expensive guys, of course, which is why we make it into buy one, get 2 free. And then, is it really empty? I'm very proud of my friend who I stayed with, who's hosting us this weekend. And we went in her bathroom this morning to brush teeth and everything, and she pulled out her toothpaste and it was cut in half. I was like, oh, I'm like a proud mama. So anything that's like soft like that, you know, there's more in there, you guys. So you can cut it open, you can scrape it out. I do this with my face stuff. I do this with, you know, anything that's soft pretty much. I'll even pop the top. Do you guys use the root to tip serum?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that stuff. I always just pop the top. If you didn't know, the top comes off. So that's another good trick. Even if you just like can get your finger in there and scrape more, that's always gonna get more out. DIY, we talked about DIY a little bit. I just threw a couple recipes up here because I want people to remember that we talked about a lot of wonderful On Guard products, but if your budget's not there yet, at least take that bottle of On Guard that probably came in your family kit or your home essentials kit or your natural solutions kit and make cleaner, make some hand soap, make some floor cleaner, make some mouthwash. Like you can DIY anything. I have not figured out how to DIY toothpaste, but thankfully that's a pretty cheap one. So these recipes, this deck will go out, so you don't have to worry about writing them down. This will go out as my sort of follow-up. So the recipes will be there. Okay. So my favorite thing to tell my clients is it better to take half dose of something amazing or no dose of something amazing? Right? And like in my family, especially with the twins now, my husband and I used to like to take the full dose of Lifelong Vitality, but now we split it for a while. Because we still feel really good when we're taking at least half dose. We've got better energy, we've got better sleep, less pain, like all that kind of stuff that this helps with. And because we split it, we can actually still be on it for now. Obviously the goal is to get back on full dose, but if you're like stopping yourself, just think about $40 a month is not that bad, you guys. That's like, what, 1 Starbucks a week? For the month, will that be about $40?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Based on my own calculations on my budget. Also, there's some tricks with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Who touched on that? Adding it to your Mito Max.
Elena.
Elena touched on this. Okay, so if you go and you put your Lifelong Vitality Pack into your cart, and by the way, if you're not doing this on Loyalty Rewards, we need to talk about budget-friendly stuff a little bit deeper. You have to do this on Loyalty Rewards because it's a lot cheaper. If you go into your Loyalty Rewards and you add the pack, you're going to see add the pack only or customize. If you customize, you can add things like, I'm going to go actually one slide and then I'll come back. You can actually add things for 20 bucks a pop. Your probiotic, instead of $34.50, you're not $20.
Terrazyme.
Your Terrazyme, which I don't know the price on, you're $20. And your Deep Blue pills, which are amazing for pain, are only $20 instead of $60. Like there's some really good tricks there. Coming back, guys.
So that's adding it onto the Lifelong Vitality.
Yes, if you customize your pack, you could do 3 items for $20 a piece. And if you've got kids, you can even do some of the kid vitamin stuff, which is awesome. And then the other thing that I like to talk about with this is the foundational. Like, I'll use myself as an example. Even on half dose, I notice when I'm taking this product with the anti-inflammatories that are in it, I notice that I have way less IBS flares because it's all inflammatory. And how many of us have inflammatory things going on, right? So now how much digestin did I used to use when I wasn't taking this? Now how little digestin do I use now that I'm taking this? It's such a great trick to like build from the foundation up and take care of yourself proactively so you stop wasting so much oil every day and slapping that Band-Aid on. I think that's a really good trick. And then it really kind of goes without saying that how much are we going to pay for that disease later? I probably shouldn't say the word disease, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, so who likes free self-care? Who's on the rewards program? Who's not on the rewards program? I'm calling you out. No? Okay, good. Everybody knows this. Okay, so the way I think of the rewards program is swapping your Target budget. All the stuff that you need to buy for your house, the laundry soap, the toothpaste, the whatever. Now, if you're doing it through the rewards program, now you're getting all your hormone balance and your glowy skin and your headache tension blend for free because you have points. Yay, points. Target doesn't give me points. I like Target still though. Don't get me wrong. So loyalty rewards. If you don't already know, and I'm going to go over this just a little bit because it is going to be recorded too. The loyalty rewards is really simple. It is kind of like, I tell people it's kind of like the Ipsy bag or your FabFitFun box or whatever. And the fact that it comes like on a schedule, but you get to pick your schedule for the month, you get to pick your date, you get to pick what products are in it. The cost of it is just what you put in there. So if you put a chapstick in there, guess what? Your box that month costs a chapstick. That's it. So as long as you have the one PB product in there, then you're good to go, and that's awesome. And then you also earn points back when you do it. So I put a little cheat sheet here. 1 through 49 PB, you get your shipping back in points. Spent $4 in shipping, you get $4 back to spend later, basically. 50 PB or more, you get anywhere from 10% to 30% plus your shipping. So you start out at 10 and then you work your way up. I won't go into that level of detail, but whoever is helping you can go into a little more detail. Loyalty rewards. A couple of different ways besides what I already snuck ahead to show you that you can really work it. Who likes the shampoo and conditioner? All right, who's buying it in 2 packs at a time? Yeah, look at how much you save, y'all. $14.50.
I got it in the liters.
Liters are great, and you can kind of do the calculation and what works on your budget. Like there's options to buy shampoo and conditioner in loyalty. It's a lot cheaper than a shampoo conditioner pack not in loyalty. If you buy 2 packs at a time, 2 conditioner, 2 shampoo, you save even more. You start looking at the big liter bottles, you save a couple dollars more. If you can swing ahead of time on your budget, then that's probably the best way. But whatever your budget can hold, there are little tricks to kind of do it in groupings. There's a lot of different things like that, that you can kind of find in loyalty. There's also loyalty-only bundles. If you go into your collections and you go down into the bottom, you'll see loyalty rewards kits, I think is what they're called. And there's just a couple little things that are bundled together in there that make sense together. Like there's an immune support one. This one I put as an example is the Relieve and Revive kit. And if you bought those products separately, even at wholesale, that would cost $24 more. So if you need a few things, you can kind of do them together. And then I already talked about the adding items for $20 each. I snuck ahead. Okay, so what a lot of people don't realize is that helping other people get signed up for their oils, we all have these conversations. Everyone's paying attention to what you're doing. You're sharing your oils at work. So-and-so had a headache. I gave them a headache blend. They felt better. They were like, ooh, where do I get this stuff? Oh, I'll connect you to my friend. Does that ever really happen? Probably not as often as we would want. So what a lot of people don't realize is you can be a sharer, and that's fine. And a sharer can still help someone if they've put themselves as an advocate, which, someone can help you do that, which is the same thing as a customer. It just, doTERRA lets you earn commission if you're an advocate. You can actually help people get their kit, get a little commission in your pocket, and then have your person who's helping you help them too. We love sharers. Sharers spread the word. Sharers help other people have self-care too. I like to tell people to think of it as a doTERRA coupon. And the reason I think about it as a doTERRA coupon is because if you look back on that slide, they buy a kit, you spend 100 PB on loyalty, which let's be honest, if we're buying the stuff we need for the house, we're doing anyway. You earn commission, and then you refer them back. So that commission, is like a coupon towards your own purchase. So now you just help someone get their little family kit, and instead of paying $100 for your household stuff that month, you paid $22, or you paid minus $22. I can do math.
88.
I'm a writer, not a mathematician. And then I just want to tell this story a little bit here. I've got 2 more slides, and then I'll be done. So I used to have a full-time job, 80 hours a week, all that kind of jazz. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, and it's your fault. Okay, so
I'll claim it.
I'm thinking about how many times they ask me. I'm getting emotional. What's wrong with
Take
me?
a breath.
I'm thinking
Have
about
some
how many
oils.
times they asked me to think about doing this business. So I didn't know I was going to get emotional. I'm actually going to shut this down. They asked me 100 times to consider stopping sacrificing my family to do this business.
And I said, I'm too busy. Sounds interesting. I'm too busy. Not what I want to do. And then accidentally started sharing, accidentally started building a business. Accidentally was successful at it. Serious, like accidentally. Because this is a business where you share from your heart and you help other people have self-care. Stop it. Okay. So all the yarrow palm and stuff I sniffed before I came up here. I think that what people forget is that a check so easily goes away. A job so easily gets lost. And I have watched friends go through this and they don't have fallback. Like, how many of you have an emergency fund? How many of you have that stuff set aside? Very few people are prepared for that moment in their life. And if I had not listened to my family and took a chance and started sharing and helping other people, I would not have I probably would have lost my house when we had the twins. And I am so unbelievably grateful for that. I had no idea I was gonna cry. So I want you guys to think about this. If you start out as a sharer and you take care of the people around you, you never know what's gonna happen. And if it's a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there, and what if you just said, you know what, instead of using that as a coupon, I'm gonna put it in a savings account for a rainy day. What people don't understand about this business is this money is flexibly earned. The business is totally doable in your spare time. I worked 80 hours a week with 2 children at the time and still found time to teach and talk and help people and host classes and help my friends. It never quits, it never gets fired, it never gets laid off. That check comes in no matter what. It's very flexible, you have no overhead. Like doTERRA takes care of the distribution. doTERRA takes care of like all these wonderful promotions that we get to offer people. And like my team signed up 30-some people last month because of a great promotion that they offered and made it like more affordable for people to say yes. And then the other thing I think people don't realize is that you get to leave this to your family. If something happens to me, that check keeps coming in. My family is still taken care of because I have built an income with doTERRA and they are protected. And so I think that people don't think about that, and I think it's really important to at least mention that, like, take a chance, share with somebody next to you, help them sign up for a kit, get a little money in your pocket, and then, you know, think about it and see where it goes. And then I'm very big, probably because of my friend Molly, I'm very big on making declarations to manifest. If you don't ask the universe for it, you won't get it. And the ifs and the maybes and the, like, and I think there's probably some blends for that in what's your name's book, right?
Yep.
I Am Fabulous.
Yep.
Make yourself a blend, make a declaration, and say, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is something I can do. This is something I can squeeze in here and there. If you share where you see needs and you see people around you who are struggling with something and you share from the heart, I promise you that the enrollments will follow. Now that I'm going to stop crying, can we add this into the raffle?
Yes, let's do that right now.
I might share this now too. This is my Wonder Woman blend.
It's
This
amazing.
is super fun. And of course I make Wonder Woman labels because who doesn't love Wonder Woman? It has a bunch of different oils in it, which I can send a recipe out, but it's, thank you. It's got oils for energy, it's got oils for focus, and it's got oils for happiness. Ooh, it's shuffle, 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 shuffle. Read it.
Do the last 4.
5, 2, 6, 7.
Yay! Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And let's give Amy a round of applause.